it's Emperor Palpatine!
Ancient spirits of evil, transform this decayed form to Mumm-Ra, the ever-breathing!
You suck!
Good evening, and thank you for allowing me to come into your living rooms.
Hey guys, Ultra Maximus back with another 31 horror toys in 31 days! And today we've got a retro review that we're going to rewind it all the way back to 1985 with a vintage Thundercats figure. It's Mumm-Ra. Now, this is not Mumm-Ra the Ever-Living. This is actually Mumm-Ra when he was the weak little mummy. This actually did not come out until the end of the toy run. I never had this as a kid, so it's really cool to get this in the collection. And I believe he initially came with mumm-mutt and the sarcophagus, and you could put him in and spin it around and put the Mumm-Ra, the big figure, which is what I had, in there, so you could actually make the transformation, which is pretty darn cool. So let's go ahead and jump in there and take a look at the figure. So here we have Mumm-Ra, and he's a pretty basic figure. I mean, he's from 1985. Not much articulation going on with this guy, but he's sculpted really well, and he's got some pretty fun paint going on. He's very creepy looking, very mummy-esque. So his head does turn back and forth, his arm moves up and down, and this arm also moves up and down, and well, that's about it as far as the articulation goes. He's just a mummy. Now, taking a closer look at the figure itself, I do like the sculpt. He's very creepy. He's got that nice grayish green skin, the red eyes, the mummy drapings, the bandages. Now, I don't know how well it's going to show up on camera, but the cloak, the plastic on the arms, head, and body are a little bit different, and they're a little different color, but the cloak kind of drapes over him very, very nice. I love how the bandages look very, very dirty, and the skin tone is actually very, very close to what we got on the cartoon itself, which is awesome. Now, taking a look into the midsection of the figure, again, the bandages look good. We got some nice wrinkles on the cloak. I like how it droops down his back. It looks very, very nice. And then his body is kind of cool. The way the bandages are just kind of draping over everything, looking very dirty, very ancient. Of course, that might have something to do with the fact that this figure is from 1985, but overall, it really does give you that mummy vibe, and well, that's pretty awesome. Finally, taking a look at the legs of the figure. Again, we get the wrinkles in the cloak. It goes all the way down to the bottom, and he's pretty much kind of a statue type base, but we get the legs. I love the drape, the double drape over the legs there. Looks nice at the bottom at the calves. The feet are also wrapped up, and while we don't have any articulation, it is a cool looking figure, and it is also from the 80s, and well, it stands really well because of the way it's built. For comparison, here we have the vintage 1985 Mumm-Ra with the Creep from the Creep Show, the vinyl pop that just came out this year, and they're about the same size, really, as far as plastic goes in height. Of course, the Creep's got a much bigger head because he's a pop, but they definitely both have their creepy, ghoulish, ghostly mummy vibes and paint jobs to them, and well, they do look kind of cool sitting next to each other. So is the vintage 1985 Mumm-Ra by LGN something that you want for your Thundercats collection? Well, if you're a vintage collector, absolutely you're going to want this. If you are a Thundercats completist, then yes, you'll probably want to pick them up. If not, if you're more into the newer stuff, this could be an easy pass. Personally, You know, Thundercats was a huge part of my childhood as a kid, and I never had this particular one. I had, you know, Mumm-Ra the Ever Living, the big baddie, and it was cool. They finally put this out. This was something the fans wanted, and at the end of the line, we did get him, and after all these years, he's finally up on my shelf, which makes me happy. So there he is, Mumm-Ra from the Thundercats for 31 horror toys in 31 days.
See you next Wednesday.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Be sure to click all the things, subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell for new videos, and follow me on all the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links in the description below.